Hey everybody, welcome back to the center lane, the political discussion for those of us in the middle who just want our politicians to get along. Not too far to the left, not too far to the right. Let's just take it straight down the middle, huh guys, and get some compromise. It's okay to compromise. No one's gonna hate you for it. Not many of us anyways. What's going on this week? I guess we'll start out with Signalgate. If you don't know what that is yet, which I'm sure you do, is our national security team and others in the cabinet got together and did a strike on an enemy target over in the Middle East and pretty much broadcasted the entire event before it even happened, which, you know, I'm not an expert on security, but that seems like the wrong thing to do on an app that's on your phone. You can get it in the Apple Store, in the App Store right now, download it. Kind of think that might become compromised if it isn't yet, which it probably already is. It would be. A lot of other problems with that. You can research that yourself as far as record keeping goes and stuff. It's not something you're supposed to be doing top secret government official work on. So who's to blame for that? Well, the two biggest culprits right now are Walsh, who is the national security advisor. He set up the chat, and he included a journalist for some unknown reason, and he's trying to come up with some excuses, which has only made it worse. If you've watched him on any interviews, it's like, dude, just own it. You screwed up, you put somebody on the chat you shouldn't have. Y'all shouldn't have been on there in the first place, none of you. But yeah, you're the one that started, so you should take the brunt of that force on that. And then Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, so he's the one that literally broadcast the entire sequencing of the attack. Now, you gotta wonder if he didn't just cut and paste that whole thing. If you really read it, it's like, he didn't text that real quick. He had that somewhere on a cut and paste type thing, and he dropped it on the chat. So that really shows poor judgment. So I guess the big question now is, who's going to get fired out of this? Well, Trump's not going to fire either one of them right out of the gate, because then he'll say the media, you know, the media caused it and they don't want to give them a victory. But he's going to end up getting rid of both those guys, and I'm going to tell you why. First off, Hegseth, not only did he screw up with this by doing this an incredibly stupid thing, which I don't understand why the vice president and the secretary of state didn't say, hey, get off of this line, man. This is not, we should be doing this right now. But for whatever reason, they didn't. But not only did he screw that up, he's done some other really stupid things lately too. I think I talked a couple weeks back about wanting to bring illegal immigrants down to Guantanamo Bay. So he brought all these soldiers down there and all this shit, stuff. And there's nobody down there. So we've got millions of dollars invested in something that's never going to happen. It was a bad idea to begin with. So that's strike one. Strike two, he's got two warships, which could be training to take care of these Houthis in the Red Sea or in the sea channels. But he's got them off the coast of California to stop the flow of fentanyl. Like, that's what the Coast Guard does, dude. These two ships are just floating around out there. There's nothing for them to do. You know, most of the things that come in, drugs, or port of entry. You want to do something, put some more troops at the Tijuana border, or when trucks and buses are coming through. That's how they're getting stuff in. It's not coming in on, cartels don't have big ships out there or submarines. Maybe they got a couple, but it's nothing that the Coast Guard can't handle. So that's a blunder. Also, he's got, they wanted to secure the southern border, which is fine, but again, the traffic has slowed down so much. He's got tons of troops down there doing nothing but standing around there twiddling their thumbs. So he's just not making very good choices, and he's extremely arrogant. If you've seen him or any of his interviews, he just seems like a person that, you probably wouldn't want to invite to a party. But I don't know. I don't know him, but he comes across as somebody who's very full of himself. That's just I have no basis for that other than what I've seen with my own two eyes. So that's all I can say on that one. And then Walsh, the national security advisor, which really he came on with pretty high marks, but he's got some internal battles going on with other people in the cabinet themselves. The chief of staff, Susie Wiles, and him do not get along. He's very dismissive of her. So there's some people there that think that he's a little too big for his britches. So he's going to be gone too. He's not in Trump's favor. Plus, a lot of the Trumpy people think that he's too much of he's too radical, if you can believe that, as far as he's more of a warmonger type, and it's not America first type person. So that's going to probably seal his fate. So look for those two guys within the next 6 months to, as I heard one person say, want to take some time to spend with their family, and they're going to go ahead and resign. But both those guys will be gone. Lastly, I just want to talk about Senator Bennet from Colorado. He did if you get a chance to go on YouTube, check out some of his questioning of this whole Signalgate situation. And then also he was on Meet the Press this weekend, and he has something I 100% agree with. I like this guy. I mean, he seems like he's very, he's a thinker. He's been around a long time. His family is very buried into politics, and he's a guy that's going to run for governor of Colorado now, I guess, next, because he doesn't feel like Washington gets things done. I get that. But his biggest beef with the Democratic Party is what I've been saying for a while. It's like he's very upset with Joe Biden for Joe Biden running at all. He really did. If you or somebody didn't want Trump to win, you want to point to one of the biggest reasons he did win. Now, maybe it was Trump's time. It could have been anyways. It's hard to say. But with the stronger candidate from the Democrats, it would at least been something where, you could maybe figure out what the heck happened, because with Biden running and then dropping out late and being propped up by people telling him that he's, you should run another 4 years, Joe, when obviously he couldn't. Look at him. And a lot of people lied and covered up for him because they wanted to save their own jobs. That's another whole story. But Bennet was just really, truthfully goes, I'm just really upset of anything of the selfishness and the ego of Joe Biden. And I got to say something. He hit it right on the head for me. I agree with that 100%. He should have let the process play out. Democrats could have put a better candidate out there or not. I'm not ragging on Kamala Harris. It's just that she's the VP. So obviously when, if they don't like you, Joe, they're not going to like her because she's part of your administration. So she had one leg tied behind her back, or her hand tied behind her back before she even started. So, whatever, what's done is done, and Trump's our president, and I try to support him. I do, believe it or not. I mean, I'm not his biggest fan, but I also don't want him to fail. So honestly, through this whole thing, he's making more sense than half his cabinet right now, believe it or not, to me. And that's kind of, who would have thought that, right? And he seems a little more level-headed than Pete, and especially Pete Hegseth. That guy, he's got to go. So anyways, enough of that. Beautiful day, a little rough out in the water there today. The hair is even wilder than normal, but beautiful out here in Florida, and I hope you all are having a great day.